It is a dark and stormy night. Hi everybody, it's Sensei Starman. Forgive me the melodrama, but I just had to. Anyway, welcome back to Let's Play Fallout London. We are here in a shared camp of the Camelot forces and the Tommies. It turns out, as I beam down, they were both teaming up to fight a radioactive rad stag. That is now going to be everybody's dinner.
We won't go quietly. You can count on that.
So yes, you can see we've got a miniature round table, bunch of zombies and Camelot soldiers, and here we have Arthur and the Major.
Fuck! I told you, I don't know who the spy is.
Guinevere, you've returned.
What have you learnt? Where is General Asquith?
Someone murdered the general.
He deserved much better than this.
The body will be delivered to you as soon as possible. Guinevere, give us an abbreviated report. As you can see, we're in the middle of something.
Yeah. Bullet head dead. Curious if the chew toy or Asquith was shot in the head. Someone close to him shot him in the head.
Sounds like he was betrayed.
This is a real blow to the Tommies. As the general second in command, I am the rightful successor. Though that is likely to be contested.
I thought your hierarchy was clear.
It is. But, despite a lower rank, Major Jonathan Allen will likely make a bid for the position. He has a fair few supporters amongst the grunts, but...
But?
He was the only one who saw the general during the battle. And I mean the only one. I've questioned every Tommy trying to find him.
Couldn't someone have lied?
Doubtful. And even if true, you'd need authority to pull a betrayal like this off.
Why kill the general without a guarantee of power, then?
I suspect it might be guaranteed. Just not by the Tommies. Our dear friend here likely has the evidence. It wouldn't surprise me if the fifth column knew I'd prefer a pact like this to bowing to their aggression.
That means you'll sign.
If we can find evidence of his betrayal, yes. If not, it'll have to wait until succession is settled, which might take more time than you have.
Then we need to twist the knife a little more in our friend Jeff.
No. Fuck. I swear, I've told you everything I know. The only person who might know more is Horatio.
Keep talking.
Fuck. His name's Horatio Whitehouse. He's supposed to meet Dr. James North in Westminster. I don't know when, but I know it's soon.
Colonel, may I have a moment with my knight alone?
Wish I could meet the Queen.
Okay, go speak with Arthur in private.
Hail, Guinevere.
Although we can actually talk to him a little bit before the conversation triggers.
They've earned their position through valor, bravery, and merit. Each and every one.
Yeah, we probably should have done this sooner, but we can ask about each of the knights.
Our man of the ditch. I'd advise you to try him at his sport. I doubt you'll best him, but it'll sharpen you up. Merlin's been at my side for many years. Were it not for him, Camelot wouldn't exist. Percival is Camelot's eyes, ears, and mouthpiece. Without him, we are irrelevant.
Alright, Guinevere?
Guinevere is our strategist, a master logistician, invaluable.
Hey?
Our chief medical officer. She's indispensable, so don't bother her unless you're in need of medical attention.
Lancelot?
Dab hand with a blade, a soldier loyal. You'd do well to follow his lead.
Are you the founder of Camelot?
Technically, yes, though in reality it was a merging of many like-minded groups. It was a necessary reaction to the gentry.
Can you tell me more about the factions of London?
I'll tell you what I know.
Okay, who are the fifth column?
Fascists. Plain and simple. We share a common enemy, but they are not our friends. They're a disease that must be rooted out.
The Vagabonds?
Once upon a time, they were a serious force in London. And whilst that's not the case anymore, that doesn't mean they're not dangerous.
Well, especially not now.
A cornered animal will fight more desperately than one that is hunting.
Okay, the Isle of Dogs Syndicate.
When the gentry don't want to get their hands dirty, that's when they send in the dogs. Frankly, nasty bastards. Avoid them if you can.
Yeah, I killed them. The gentry?
You've seen them by now, surely. The snooty bastards that own anything worth anything in this city. The sooner they're removed, the sooner London can thrive.
That's it. Okay. Isn't it a bit silly, this pageantry with knights?
I suppose it is. But even in this smouldering wreckage of this place we call London, there is a sense that this was once a place of great importance. The golden age of humanity was built on the ideals supposedly held by the knights of old. Surely it's more silly to emulate those who destroyed civilization, rather than those who built it.
Fair point.
I was born in a village very far from here. Childbirth took my mother's life, and the scarcity that comes with isolation took my father's. I was 7 years old. The locals took care of me as best they could, but resources were tight. When a passing caravan came through the town, I snuck into one of the wagons. I still remember the look on the caravaner's face when he found me. Scared the shit out of him. He scared me too. I'd never seen a ghoul before. His name was William Knight. He took pity on me. He turned my fear into love and my despair into hope. He showed me how to fight, the safe roads to take, the books to read, the people to trust, and warned me about those you couldn't. He had a saying from one of his books that always stuck with me. The ultimate hidden truth of the world is that it is something that we make, and could just as easily make differently. A great man. Without him, I wouldn't be alive, let alone where I am today. He goes by a different name these days.
I suspect that would be Merlin.
Farewell.
You'd have to be insane to take on the Tommies.
Alright, we'll give him a moment to settle.
We have someone on the inside, codename Guinevere. She's been following Dr. North for some time. We believe he holds the defense plans for Westminster. Rendezvous with her at the fountain beside the scrapyard in Westminster. She won't acknowledge you unless you give her the call sign, and you must wait for her countersign. You will say, "Do you have a spare Geiger counter?" She'll say, "Mine's being regilded in the shop." Now go. Time is of the essence. I'll work with the Colonel to get more out of Jeff.
Alright, so, to Westminster. And yes, it's showing me the gate into Westminster, but I'm pretty sure we actually do have to go into Westminster rather than meet her by the gate, because it did say the scrapyard in Westminster by the fountain. I don't remember there being a fountain over in that part of Eastminster. So, we're finally going to meet Guinevere, because so far we have not seen her. Yeah, I had to go for the bad pun poem there. I don't know, something to say while I'm waiting for this to load. Still, this is much faster than the load times on the computer that I first tried running Fallout 4 on. That seems like forever. That was about the time I started doing Let's Play videos. Which, quick side note here, it actually has been, I found out recently, double-checking things, almost 10 years since I started doing Let's Play videos. My very first one, which my friend Jeff Hillary helped edit, was a Let's Play of the very first Discworld game, which was what got me into the books of Terry Pratchett. I just saw the game for sale with a sticker on the cover that said featuring Eric Idle's, Monty Python's Eric Idle is the voice of Rincewind, and I knew nothing about Rincewind then, but I did know who Eric Idle was. Being one of those precocious 14-year-olds who memorized Monty Python skits in lieu of having an actual sense of humor. Alright, well, there's a scrapyard. Accidentally held down my right mouse button there. We'll go ahead and save here in case there is some type of unspeakable crash. Alright, so here's the fountain. Here's a point near the fountain. And here's someone named Archibald Grant, who sticks out like a sore thumb. Mr. Fallacy.
Why would such a ruffian approach me?
Do you have a spare Geiger counter?
Does it look like I'd need to carry such a thing?
Guess that's a no. Cannot speak to the resident. Francis Ingleby.
Good day.
Do you have a spare Geiger counter?
Mine's being regilded in the shop. Glad you're here, Geheris. Arthur told me to expect you. I've been following Dr. North for months, and we finally have an opportunity.
How do we make this Dr. North useful?
We have a party to go to. But before we go, you can't look like that. And blend in. You're not a knight. You're not some common wayfarer. You're someone the gentry should already know. Make them feel like they should know you, and they'll play along. Uncomfortable social interactions are just as bad as a bullet to them.
Okay, so I have to go crash a party in fancy dress, it seems. And she's just going to step in the pond. Which means I probably cannot have Mad Jack following me.
What's wrong? Someone need punching?
Quite the opposite. I didn't think they'd actually note my clothing, because it's very rare for the game to do that. Yeah, we should go our separate ways for now.
I mean, fine. No problem, friend. I'll be at the gym practicing punching. You come find me when it's time for our next adventure.
And we can't actually send him to the gym. But we can send him to... oh, let's go with Biggin Hill.
I'm in touch with humanity.
Alright, so the party is going to be over by the Natural History Museum.
It must be horrible to live in places without luxury.
Am I invisible, or are you an invalid? Which is it?
Oh,
Are
this
you
guy.
lost? I'm not a tour guide.
People have a negative attitude. That's what's stopping them.
Well, it did just occur to me, I know one abandoned house that might have some fancy clothing I could borrow. this. Well, at least there was some profit to it. Welcome to the arse end of London. Enjoy your stay.
I do hope Father's proud of me.
Well, we can making my way over there, just on the odd chance.
If you're buying, I'm selling. Take a look.
Use party bowler, party hats, but mostly junk.
Bye.
Life at the top is immensely satisfying.
But yeah, I'm trying to make my way to Tenpenny Manor. Because the alternative is me trying to mug somebody for their clothing, and I don't think that's going to be a great idea. I mean, if nothing else, it goes against the ideals of Camelot. You know, the ideal is about not killing relative innocents, not the ideal of killing rich jerks who deserve it. Yeah, okay. A little further down the street.
If I see one more up-and-comer peasant, I'll go mad.
Hi, up-and-comer peasant. How you doing? Oh, surely it cannot be that easy. Of course it can't.
Visit outside the walls sometime.
And don't
See
call
how
me
the other half
Shirley.
live.
Going up.
I mean, I probably could go in a dress. Steal the towels, we can take his medicine, but no clothes. There's the robot chef. Oh, lots of stuff to steal, but not what I had in mind. You know, here's the room with the butler, the maid, and the 2 chimney sweeps still standing here. That was a while ago, wasn't it?
Hello there.
It's very odd. He doesn't seem to have a place for clothing in all this. What the? I thought that you had escaped from prison, or escaped the country. Well, since you technically fled the country, actually, just to make sure that this absolutely positively works,
I do hope Father's proud of me.
and we gained karma for this. Now, that should be suitably fancy clothing for this shindig. But just to make sure. Ah. Suitably fancy what? And did I overburden myself somehow? Oh, of course I did, because my armor is enhancing my ability to carry stuff. Well, I need to sell some stuff off anyway.
I'm in touch with humanity.
Greetings and salutations.
What?
Alright, well, with that done, having procured myself a fancy suit that will enable me to blend in with the hoity-toity folks at this party. We will go ahead and stop here. I will go sell my loot off camera, and next time we will go hobnob with the knobs and get ready to set up a kidnapping. But thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment if you are so inclined. And we will continue the adventure from here next time. Take care until then.